Hey there, this is Stephanie Treasure, host of the Coach and Profit Giveaway, where 50 plus experts are sharing visibility in marketing and business strategies for making six figures and more in your coaching business so that you can grow, leverage, and scale. I've invited my colleagues to shine the spotlight on the high value resources that they have provided for this special event. So I want to thank you for joining us, for prioritizing this and giving it your focus so that you can truly make your participation in this event as impactful as possible for your business. As a reminder, if you haven't already signed up for the giveaway, you can do so completely for free during the days of May 9th to the 20th at www.coachandprofitgiveaway.com. That's again, www.coachandprofitgiveaway.com. So I want you to join me in welcoming our guest expert on this expert panel today, my friend and colleague, Jill Knerr. Hey there, Jill. Welcome to this broadcast.
Hey there, Stephanie. And I want to actually thank you because, as we know, when people come to these events and you bring all these free resources together, it helps people level up their businesses. And the fact that it's going on for so many days, it means consistently people can check in and keep focusing, keeping their eyes on the prize on their business. Because I know a lot of us get busy, we get busy in tasks, and the idea that they can continually level up and find resources through this giveaway is amazing. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I really want to thank you as well for lending your expertise and your time for this resource that is going to be helping so many hundreds of business owners that are tuning in with us over the course of these 2 weeks. So if you could go ahead and tell us a little bit more about your background, how you came to be doing what you do, and the kind of work that you're doing with clients these days.
Certainly. Well, I actually sort of took the traditional route of getting a career, getting benefits, doing everything right, married, 2 incomes, having a full life, and then I had a surprise divorce. So through that, I actually realized that I had worked my entire career. I didn't stay home with my daughter, and I actually wanted to. But if I had done that through the divorce, I probably would not be where I am today. I had a robust career, I had income, I had more financial independence than most women have. But still, I struggled with the divorce to figure out how I was going to maintain a family home that took 2 incomes, how I was going to maintain a family home that kept my daughter in her schools. And actually, what I did is I started a home-based business. It was a network marketing business. And through leveraging the tax benefits of having my own home-based business, I kept more of my W-2 paycheck, and I really grew myself into true financial independence. So through that experience, I have seen so many women who were did not have my power play when they got divorced, whether it was divorce, whether it was death, whether it was COVID and people losing jobs. You know, people have had this hardship, and I want more women to be empowered to have financial independence and have a choice and have a say in their life and what they do and how they live. And so my experience now, I try and share with other women. I want women to start businesses that fill their cup. I want women to have the ability to leave a bad marriage or put their children into a better school or whatever they want to do. I want women to have that power and have that independence, because I do believe that when women do well in this world, that when they have true wealth, that they give back and they make an impact. So it's just a full cycle of women and empowering other women makes the world a better place. So I actually founded Hey Taxi, which is what I'm doing now, during the pandemic with my partner, Don Cermak. And Don and I were mom friends, and then we became partners in this network marketing company. And as we worked with women, we started thinking so many women are starting out businesses, and in that case, it was network marketing, and they'd give up because they would spend money, but they wouldn't make money, and they would, there would be a churn, and there's always usually for most of us, you're not an overnight success in any business. And Dawn and I said, we need to teach these women and empower them that this business is a real business. First of all, it's not a hobby. And they can, from day one, if they have an iPhone, they have a write-off. And so for their first year of business, even if they don't make a profit, they can save so much on their taxes by taking lucrative and legitimate tax write-offs. And that was the beginning of Hey Taxi. And you get the Hey Taxi play on words. Well, we've evolved. We've evolved because Dawn and I don't just do network marketing. We don't just get the tax side of things. Neither of us are CPAs, But between the two of us, we have over 50 years of combined entrepreneurship, business, operations, strategy, finance, human resources. We have serious business backgrounds. And so when we see women who have a passion project or something they're trying to launch, and they're having so much difficulty because they might have a beautiful logo, they might be really good at social media, they may have a product that everybody wants and loves, but do they know how to market? Do they know how to know their numbers and actually make a profit? Do they have a business plan? Do they do the business side of the business? Do they have a tax strategy? Do they have a wealth strategy? And so we are here to give them the business foundation, the business side of their business, but we teach it and we share it like their business bestie, like other women, empowering other women. There are no dumb questions. There's no shame in not knowing. We find so many women who say, I should have known this. I didn't know this. I'm like, get over it. We're moving forward. You're today, your new knowledge is your power. And we want those people to have that knowledge so they are not just going on a cycle and burning out. So many businesses fail because I think it's a burnout. And a lot of women don't have partner support. There's a myriad of issues for women entrepreneurs. But we're there to sort of lift them up, fill them with belief, and give them the skill set they need to really build a legacy business.
I love that. I love that. And wow, there's so much that you've said there. The business of running a business is not something that comes easy. It's not necessarily innate, right? I actually, like you and Dawn, or possibly a little, my background and experience is a little bit more focused on marketing. I do have a business background, but my major has always been in marketing. My experiences in marketing, but yes, there's much that persons don't know as relates to running a business that I'm sure is based on what it sounds to me that both you and Dawn have done, is to be able to educate women to pick up these tools, these strategies, the skill sets that they need to know to run and build and grow and run a successful business. So I'm happy, I'm pleased to hear about the work that you're doing, and I'm happy that you've chosen this path and created this vehicle to help women in this way.
I don't mean to say women, but that's who we are at Hey Taxi. We are a community of women who support other women, women who have shared core values of supporting other women, no competition, really giving back, making an impact, mission-driven businesses. I would say all of our women have mission-driven businesses. And that could be just following a passion or a cause, but usually there's a life experience that has driven them to the point where they want to do what they are doing now, like my experience. And, and we really feel a connection with those women. And I think in life, we've all met the mean girls, the women who compete, the women who just don't like other women. And I feel really sorry for them because I have found such beauty, grace, fulfillment in my friendship and with other women, and the community we've created with Hey Taxi is just an extension of that. And so the more we can breed that and create community and collaboration and connection with women, I think the more powerful we can all be. As you know, being an entrepreneur can be very lonely, very lonely. And I always tell everyone, I said, whether it's Hey Taxi or another community, or you find a coach, or even another woman that you have met on a networking group, etc., find somebody who can be your partner, who can keep you accountable, who can lift you up when you have the bad days and vice versa, and who can cheer you on when you have even the smallest successes. Because being on your own and feeling like you're not thriving, or you're not that overnight success, we have so many voices and we have so much negativity naturally in our minds, right, that we have to overcome. And so if you are trying to battle this alone without people just building you up and filling you up, I think it makes the journey so much harder.
Yeah, right. And then the technology brings us, we can really utilize the technology to bring us together. Now that, based on the times that we're in right now, things are opening up, networking groups are meeting in person again. But failing that, definitely, see if you can find somebody that has a similar drive and passion or in a similar area to you as relates to the business that you're in, and see if you can, really strengthen that relationship, meet with each other, encourage each other, share tips, share resources, using the technology that we have, Zoom, Google Meeting, great platforms, Skype even, to have these meetings and maintain those relationships, because you're never in this alone. Although it may seem lonely, you may not have persons in your regular life who are also business owners, but there's always somebody that you can connect with, the world over, and the technology allows you to do that. Yeah.
I've actually found some women over the pandemic that I've connected with because I took a course and met them, or a coaching program, or, I often find, like, if you don't know where to look, where are you going? What courses are you taking? And especially if they're interactive, or they have breakout rooms, or there's networking available, you'll find the people that really you align with. You can tell from the first second when you talk to somebody that gets you and you get them. And then just make sure and say, let's stay in touch. It's that simple. And usually that person also, everybody's looking for connection, and everybody's looking for support. And the best kind of support is just when it's two people who are just supporting each other because it's meaningful and it's helpful. It's not because one person's paying the other person. You know what I mean? It's just having that kind of friendship and connectivity, I think, is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. So tell us about the resource that you've made available for us today on the Coach and Profit giveaway that persons are signing up for. And as a reminder, folks, you can go to, let me just see one thing, to www.coachandprofitgiveaway.com. And let me tell them the category that they can find your item. If you look under marketing and sales, you'll find the item that we're going to talk about right now. But I'll let you explain to folks what you have presented for us today.
Well, this is something I love. And so I'm going to tell you at Hey Taxi, I love making tools and templates and easy checklists. And because I'm a visual person, I like to fill things out. I like to check things off. I like to know what I'm supposed to do. And I like to just be told what to do by people who know what they're doing, right? So I've used these kind of templates from other organizations. Ours is a simple one-page business plan. And I find that a lot of women who are even a few years into their business or making a lot of money don't have a business plan. And there's some misconceptions. Some people think, oh, I'm not going for funding. That's when you need a business plan. Or I'm not going public. There are all these, they make a business plan so complex and they make it so intimidating. And I actually had a woman who used our template and actually went through our course, and she said, I had such negative male energy around business plans because I was in corporate for so long. And she said, so when you said business plan, she was just like, I am so turned off by that. I'm doing my passion project. I'm making, this is not a business plan business. So what I want to tell everyone here is that this simple business plan template is created for women. Women are different. And the core thing we tell everyone to do is you start with your why. And I think most women have gone through the process of finding their why. Why are you building a business? Where do you want to get? But a lot of women start out and say, I want to make more money. Oh, my office assistant and share, I want to make more money, or I want to retire from my job. But really, if you keep digging, there's a really deep core reason that will drive you. Your why should make you cry. If you start discovering why you're doing what you do and it really hits your chest, it's like a punch in the gut of like, that is why. That's your why. There's a great YouTube video by Simon Sinek, and I think it's called The Power of Why. And I tell everybody to Google it and watch it because it'll really get deep. But women, start with why. Start with your why, and then define your core values. And this is what our business plan template does. It talks you through what is your why? What are your core values? And then how do those align as you look at your ideal client, as you look at your marketing plans, as you look at your revenue sources? How is that still in alignment with your core values and your why? Because What makes you different, what makes your business different is you. You could have 15 women selling lipstick and people will buy from every one of those 15 women. There's enough to go around. We all know that. There's not a competition, but someone is going to be driven by you and your story and your why and your essence. And that's what's going to build your audience. And it's going to should be evident in your marketing. Stephanie, I'm not a marketing pro, so I'm going to defer to you on that. And I think I want you to come and do something for our Hate Taxi members on it. But, just knowing your essence and how you're building something that flows throughout the business plan. But our business plan is business oriented. We do talk about what are your revenue sources? What are outside the box revenue sources? You look at your expenses, you look at your income, and a lot of people think, oh, I'm making a profit, or I seem to be making a profit. But when you really look at those numbers, sometimes when somebody says, oh, I had a $10,000 month, I had a $50,000 month, did they spend $100,000 to make the 50? Did they spend, people are not thinking strategically about their finances. And they're also not building in, taxes. Taxes are the major expense for all business owners. And when they look at their monthly or annual expenses, are they building in that 30% plus? So there are all these things that we want to teach these women to walk through, but there is heart at the core of it. There is a heart-centered business at the core of our simple business plan template. I will add that Dawn and I met at a Dunkin' Donuts with that business plan template and started Hate Taxi. So it works.
Yeah,
it works. And sorry, I'm getting excited and losing my voice. And along with it, we do have actually a workbook that would walk you through a lot of different aspects of it. We have a course, we have different levels, but this template on its own should get you thinking the right thoughts, asking the right questions, and making sure that you're covering all the bases in your business, because this is a business. It is a business, no matter what you're doing. It's not a hobby. You are a CEO and this is your business. And when you create a business plan, Stephanie, and you tell your partner, you tell your friends, you tell your customers, well, I have a business plan, it really levels up your confidence. And so there's so much power in having one. Yeah.
And from a mindset standpoint, I have spoken to my clients about their why, right? Because sometimes when the going gets tough or the tough gets going and a launch falls flat, or a client says no, or potential client says, no to working with you, you do have to remember what your why is for doing this in order to keep pushing through, because it doesn't mean that if you get a couple of no's or you have a couple of failed launches, that all is lost and you're at a total doom, right? So I'm happy to hear that in the plan that you've put together, it's not just some document that you're going to submit to a financial institution or angel investor to say, hey, can you fund me? But you're actually asking the business, or guiding the business owner through this template to consider and remember their why and put that at the heart of it, yes, in that business plan. And that will help them to, I'm sure that can help you to create programs. It can help you to come up with your mission statement, your vision statement, and even that story that you can actually share in your marketing to have your ideal clients, potential clients resonate with you. Because let's be real, there's nothing new under the sun. And, if you are a mindset coach, business coach, marketing coach, there's other persons that are doing the same thing that you do. But there's clients for each of us, and it's certain distinctive, people will buy or work with certain coaches for different reasons. But if they can relate to you, that's a strong reason. And how can they do that? By knowing what your message is or what your why is one very strong way for that to happen. So I'm happy to hear, I haven't heard that before, that you encourage persons to put their why into the business plan.
Well, I think when you start with passion as opposed to, because like I said, a lot of people get intimidated by a business plan, or they're like, why do I need it? But when you work through our version of a business plan, you're going to see that it really pulls out your avatar. When you're really narrowing down and niching down who is your ideal client, when you have all of this flowing, you'll start saying, well, this doesn't align. That kind of person wouldn't align with where I'm coming from, where my story is, where my cause is. And when you think about it, like you said, the best marketing is when you actually infuse it with who you are and what you're about. And so it's really interesting how things start aligning when you do it in one page. First of all, a simple business plan template is one page. I talk to a lot of women who say, oh, I've done the avatar work and I've done my marketing and I've done my numbers, but I did this 6 months ago and I did this yesterday. And I'm like, so let's get it in alignment, because when you really work through it, you can take all the parts you've done before, but then let's really stack them and see if they're cohesive and see if it actually makes sense. Because you might find that the thing you think is your big seller or your funnel or your lead magnet or whatever in your marketing, somehow you're excited about it, but it really doesn't align with your brand and who you are and your business. And it's not aligning to something that's actually going to earn you the most money, which, you know, there's money in business, and knowing about the money part is just as important as knowing about how you connect with people, because you can connect with thousands of people and never have a sale. So, you know, it's really powerful. And I just want women to not be intimidated by business. And I'm not speaking down to anybody, but I meet so many women who are turned off when we say taxes. Well, I want to say taxes to me as a business owner in the US, that means money in my pocket, because as a business owner, I tap into a totally different tax system. So that's a big thing. And when you talk about business plans, this is about making a roadmap for your success. You know, if you really message it differently, right, Stephanie, market it differently, they're going to get it and they're going to get excited about it. And so we get so excited about women. We get so excited about their businesses. Dawn and I'll add our VIP raffle for people who are actually getting our business plan template. What we love to do most is to jump on a Zoom with a woman and talk to them about their why and about their business and about where they're having challenges and roadblocks. And we come from business we have very different backgrounds, personalities, but we have so much synergies in the way we operate together. So we'll get on a call with someone, a Zoom, connect with them, talk to them, and all of a sudden we will think of 10 million ideas to say, okay, how do we make this? How do we help you level up? Here's the 10 ideas. Here's the one that's the lowest hanging fruit. And we talk about how you implement it, and we connect them, not necessarily just with us. We would say, well, Stephanie does this amazing marketing program, and she's the person that we know, like, and trust, because we know she's there to take care of her clients. She's not out for a fast sale. You know, we want to be a resource to connect women with other trusted women in our community. So I find that the more you support women and help them and add value without turning on the clock, you know, $15, you know, we just love to give and fill them up and then send them on their way. And if they love us, they'll come back and work with us. Yeah. But otherwise, we've handed them off to somebody else we really admire. And I just believe it all comes back, right?
Yes, absolutely. And you mentioned the raffle. So another feature that I want to remind folks of is that in this giveaway, you are going to be exposed to the 50 plus free resources that everybody is going to have access to during May 9th to the 20th. But some of our experts have sweetened the pot by offering a raffle for an item that would normally be a paid experience. So Jill, go ahead and tell us about the training, the VIP training that person's, it's gonna be raffled off to 5 lucky winners. So once you opt in and you get access to the one-page business plan template, you're going to automatically be entered into a raffle to win this paid offer. 5 people will have a chance to win it. What is that? Go ahead and tell persons what it is and why it's so special, why they want to make sure that they're in the running to take advantage of this opportunity.
Well, we do master classes, and we sometimes host them ourselves, and sometimes we have women in our community host them. And the one in June that's part of the raffle that's coming up, it's Julie Jones, one of our favorite coaches, she's actually a get shit done coach, and she's a powerhouse woman. She is doing a whole session on unleashing the Wonder Woman within. Part of that will be identifying and focusing on your story and who you are inside that really sells and attracts your clients, like we talked about. And the other part is just really owning your own awesomeness. You know, so many women, we don't really appreciate where we've come from, the wisdom and knowledge we have. A lot of us have imposter syndrome, and Julie's gonna get rid of all of that for you. And if this class is a $4.99 value, it's 2 hours, and she is such a light. She is such an amazing person. And we're so excited to share her with our community and now with yours.
Great, great, great. So it's the registration to the June VIP training, which is Unleash the Wonder Woman Within. So make sure that you're signed up for the one-page business plan template, which is a high value in and of itself. But once you get access to that, you'll automatically be entered into win the raffle. The winner will be announced 1 week later. You'll hear directly from Jill or her business partner, Dawn Cermak. So if you could share with us, as we're talking here, about the business plan, right, and creating a business plan, the importance of the same. What is a big or common mistake that you find business owners make when creating a business plan?
So I think I touched on this. I do think that people treat it as, they think it's such a stern business plan, numbers, very formal. And I think a business plan has to have you infused throughout it. Like I said, your why, your core values, but also you really have to have something that's a living, breathing document. It's not something you create once and put in a drawer. A business plan should be something, especially the numbers, your goals, you're putting milestones in that plan, should be reviewed probably at least every quarter. And as you evolve, it's really interesting to say, okay, here's my 2020 business plan, and where am I in 2021? You'll see the evolution, and it can be really fascinating to see, well, I started at this point, but now I'm doing these 6 more things, or I've really sort of changed my avatar, and you'll see your path and your growth. And often looking back can help you even do better going forward, if that makes sense, where you see the areas that you got off track. But it's not just something you do to say you have it. It should be something that's meaningful, something that you can refer to that'll help you refocus everything you're doing along the way. And it should give you a lot of clarity. A business plan done right is going to give you clarity in who you're marketing to, how you're marketing, how you're making your money. And the idea of having that all in one page, it's kind of settling, isn't it? As opposed to having a 50-page document where you're looking through all these details. You actually have a top level overview of everything in your business. So I would just say, don't put it in a drawer. Make sure that it works for you and that it actually has you in it. It's not just the business, that, your business is coming from you. And so your why, your core values, what you want to speak, who you want to speak to is all in that document.
Great. And one of the things I really gained from that is that it's a document that is ever evolving, right? Because that's one of the things that I teach my clients as well, that there's certain things that will keep changing. Your ideal client is going to change, depending on how you feel like working with people, or the kind of client you want to work with, or the phase of their journey where you want to work with clients. That will change, that will evolve. And so your marketing approach will also change and evolve. So I like the fact that you can take this template and create your business plan, and then, revisit it in 3 to 6 months and see, if any tweaks need to be made, and you can use that very same template to do said tweaks and, create or develop your new direction, depending on what your focus is at that time, or how your business has grown since when you did the last version, right?
No, definitely. Think of somebody who created a business plan in 2019. Things had to change. There's all, you might have had a whole plan for all these in-person events, in-person, marketplaces, all these things, and then you had to change. And so you can't feel like, as an entrepreneur, you have to be flexible. And even though you've made certain goals or decided to do certain projects, you have to understand that sometimes, even though it's your favorite thing in the world, you've created something that you love, you've poured your heart into, if nobody's buying to it, or your ideal client is sort of shifted, you have to let it go. Just like a business plan, it is only true on the day you make it. And in 6 months, you might need to change different parts of it. And that's okay, because at least it gives you the clarity of where you're going forward. And as you go forward, you probably have to update it, and that's okay. But you still have this sort of continuous foundation to refer back to.
Love it, love it. So as we're talking today, and as we're wrapping up rather, what's a takeaway that you have for those that are joining this giveaway, that are listening to us right now, want to get a hold of the business plan, really are getting sold on the fact that they need to give this some attention? If they had a business plan, they need to revise that, and they're thinking about getting the template and want to see how it can help them. What's the takeaway that you want to share with them today?
Well, I have a favorite quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it. I don't have it exactly. It's Maya Angelou, and it's, when you know better, you do better. And I think women in particular will beat themselves up and not forgive themselves for anything they haven't done perfectly, or things they didn't know in the past, or things they don't know today. Women will come and apologize for not knowing things, or feeling ashamed they don't want to ask questions. We find that a lot. And I want you to know, well, today's the day you're learning it, and going forward, you'll do better. If you didn't know about the taxes in 2018, well, going forward, we're going to help you save money, or you didn't know you should have a business plan. Today you do. Go dig into it and start having more clarity in where you're going. You all start fresh. Today is a fresh day, and I don't like anyone beating themselves up or feeling shame or feeling intimidated about business, because in our community, I feel like in your community, we're here to support women, and there are no dumb questions. We all start somewhere. And my zone of genius and my experience is other women know so many other things in other areas, right? We all have our zones of genius, and it doesn't make any other person dumb or not good enough. And so I just want you to know that when you know better, you do better. And I'm on a path, you should all be, of continuous learning and growth. And that's where we're all going.
Love it, love it. So thank you so much again for being a part of this giveaway. Thank you for all that you've shared today. Thank you for the business plan template that you've made available for everyone, and for being able to gift or raffle off 5 spots to your June VIP training, Unleash the Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman Within. And actually, Julie Jones, folks, in case if you missed it, she's also on the expert panel of this giveaway. So you get a chance to, if you win one of these spots, you'll be able to see her in the June. You learn more from her in the June VIP training. So where can we keep in touch with yourself and Dawn, co-owners of Hey Taxi, and learn more about what you're doing as a company and being able to take advantage of your resources? What's the place where the place on social media where we can connect with you the most?
Well, we have a free Hey Taxi community on Facebook. So just find Hey Taxi community. You will find us, and that's HEYTAXI, like you're hailing a taxi. Hey Taxi. We say we drive your business success. So we also on our website and our Instagram is Hey Taxi Academy. So because we have courses and different aspects of it. So we have heytaxiacademy.com. Instagram is Hey Taxi Academy. Then on Facebook, it's just Hey Taxi Community. And love to have people visit, drop in, join the group.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Jael, for all that you've shared. Thanks again for the resources. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast. Remember, coachandprofitgiveaway.com. That's where you can take advantage of all these resources. It's available May 9th to the 20th, so you don't have much time left as of the viewing of this live stream. So be sure to get a hold of those resources, and I'll see you in the next broadcast. Bye.